Roses Are Red was done here in Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. There's a lot of things other than just the music itself that played a part in whether and on how Mac Band came together. There was two major contests that the brothers and the band, once we got together, participated in. The Benson. You win that thing, and you get to open up the concert for Patti LaBelle, Al Jarreau, and the Pointer Sisters.
Wow. Yeah.
So we won it, so we got that, and then there was...
This episode is brought to you by Sabady & Company. Sabady & Company specializes in construction litigation, securities litigations, and complex business disputes. It's always personal. Thank you, Sabady & Company, for your continued sponsorship.
February is a month where many people pause to celebrate Black history. But here at Making Black History Today, we celebrate our heritage and our icons all year long. Since it's our first episode of February, we are focusing on a theme that defines the best of our culture, love. And to help us do that, we are absolutely elated to have a true legend in the building. If you were around in 1988, you know his voice. If you were born after, you were likely conceived to the smooth sounds of his and his brother's debut album. We're talking about Ray McCampbell of the legendary Mac Band. Their self-titled debut album, produced by the iconic duo Babyface and LA Reid, gave us the timeless #1 hit, Roses Are Red. That track dominated the charts for 17 weeks on the U.S. R&B charts, peaking at the very top on July 16, 1988, and top 10 on the UK singles chart. But Ray's legacy goes far beyond the gold records. He is a pillar of civic engagement, a man dedicated to uplifting his community, bringing joy to children, and ensuring the next generation thrives. We are beyond honored to have him share his journey with us today. Please join us in welcoming the one and only Ray McCampbell.
Welcome to Making Black History Today. I'm your co-host, Liz.
And I'm your co-host, Porter, and we are honored and excited to have Ray McCampbell in the building, in the studio today.
Hey,
Welcome, Ray.
Hey, love you
so
to the
much.
limit.
All right now.
Okay, we're just going to get into it. So I have to be honest with you. This was one of the most difficult interviews for us to prepare for.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
Yeah.
And tell him why.
Because we couldn't get past listening to the music. We were just bouncing off of each other with
Really?
the Roses Are Red, Love You to the Limit. One, what is it?
Midnight Lady?
Oh, I know.
Oh, Midnight Lady.
Oh, Midnight Lady, and I got to talk about that one. And Someone to Love, that's one of my favorite. That one right there makes me real reflective when I listen to it, Ray.
So yeah, we've been listening to music and dancing for about the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
No
listening to
way.
y'all's music.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your upbringing. You and your brothers, Charles, Derek, and Kelvin, y'all are from Flint.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about growing up in Flint and when you knew that you had this talent for music and how you all, as brothers, decided that you were going to start a band.
We grew up in Flint in the north side of town. We started on the south side, but ended up on the north side. As kids, we basically four boys, just the four boys rambling around the house. One day, I guess it probably was like, I don't know, early 60s. I can't. We were being silly in our living room, and Harmony came out. And my oldest brother, Charles, said, "Hey, wait, do that again." So we did it again and again and again and again and again. And it just so happened at that time, we were listening to the Beatles, you know. So we were like, she loves you, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, singing the Beatles and Harmony came out. So we discovered at a pretty early age, a pretty young age. I think my youngest brother was 5, and I probably was 8.
Okay.
You know, that's the first time we really had. And then there's less than a year between myself and the one that's just older, because I'm number 3 of the 4.
Okay.
And 5 between myself and the oldest brother. But we heard that harmony and said, let's do it again. And it became more fun than any toy we had in the house to play with.
Interesting.
I can see why that would be.
And I'll be honest with you, I kind of feel like I grew up partially like the Jacksons and partially like the Wayans, because these guys they are hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
They really are.
Uh-huh.
They are silly. But we had a lot of fun. All of them can imitate people, every last one of them. I mean, we do accents and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we never got away from it because you mentioned the England thing, the Europe, the song with high in there. So we had to go over and promote it there. And when we came back from England, man, these guys were being...
You all had an accent.
Man, they were going at it. And, you know, there are different words for different things that mean there, you know, the toilet or the water closet or something like
the
that.
loo.
And the boot, you know, oh, man, and they get into it. And each one of them you just pick somebody and they'll imitate them. So we had that going. But the harmony is something that most people not aware of this. It's second generational because my mother, she sang with her brothers and sisters.
Okay.
How many of them?
2 brothers and 4 girls, so 6 altogether. Yeah.
Okay.
They sang on the radio when they were children, but I think that's where the music
it's in you.
from.
So yeah.
I didn't have any choice in the matter, and that's the Campbells. Most people don't know that, but my mother was born Campbell.
Okay.
And she met my dad in elementary school, and it just so happened that his last name was McCampbell.
So that worked out great.
So
funny.
all of my cousins, people are like, wait a minute. Yeah, all of my
The
cousins
Campbells and
they're
the
Campbells.
Wow.
My cousins are Campbells. You know,
Wow.
Campbells
That's
all over the
amazing.
place. So that's the primary. My grandfather on my mom's side is Campbell, Alvin Campbell Sr.
Interesting.
Yep.
So you also played the alto sax, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you learn, or when did you figure out that you could play sax? Was it natural, or are you one of those people that can play by ear?
I play by ear, but I read.
Okay.
You know, I learn instrumental. You know, when you can sign up in elementary school. I think the 4th grade is when I picked it up.
Me too. So we both play alto sax as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know. You learn something new every day. I had no idea. But I love alto sax. And every time one of us, any of the brothers, showed any interest in musical instruments, my dad would immediately jump on, you know, okay, so I'm buying a saxophone. You like trumpet? I'm buying a trumpet.
Is your dad a music guy?
He is not as music as we are, but he can. He was a singer.
Okay.
Well,
Not professional, but he joined the choir.
but he can hold the tune.
He could hold
And
it.
very
He's not
supportive.
tone deaf. He could hold the tune.
Supportive
Okay.
of his boys.
Definitely.
Love that.
Definitely. Yeah, good dude.
So how did you all go from Flint, Michigan? How did you end up in Dallas with the Dallas music scene?
Well, Flint was something where we all took different paths from school. Charles moved to New York. My oldest brother moved to New York and spent several years in the Bronx. And Kelvin pretty much stayed in Michigan and was at Michigan State. myself, Texas Southern, and
HBCU.
That's right.
Yep,
If you
yep,
know,
yep.
you know.
And Derek, also HBCU, University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I was there. It's pretty amazing story because some of the elements and some of the people that we were associated with as children in Flint were in the music business later on in life.
Okay.
And finding out about that was like, oh man, because we almost grew up almost identical to the Jacksons. I mean, my dad was at Chevrolet for 43 years,
Oh, wow.
you know, and Mr. Jackson was at the steel mill,
Yeah.
wherever it was that he was working at. So growing up in Flint, most of the peoples I associated with, their parents worked in the auto factory.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
dad worked at Chevrolet V8 engine plant.
Right.
In fact, when I got ready to go to college, he says, you want to work in the shop over the summer so you can earn some extra money, you know, to help pay for books and stuff like that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
My dad got me a job
Yeah.
hoisting engine cases onto the assembly line at Chevrolet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I
Mhm.
worked for Chevrolet V8 engine plant in Flint, Michigan on Van Slyke.
So are you a Pistons fan?
Mavericks.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So the music scene, how did you all get into the music scene here in Dallas?
Okay, so I have to talk about another artist.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
So this makes it all
Makes sense.
make sense. When we were children and singing, because we were doing it professional, even at a very young age. I was singing in clubs when I was 10, 12 years old. We had a friend that lived on the south side of town, and we had a station wagon. Most people don't know what that is.
Most
We had a
common.
station wagon.
Station wagon.
Oh yeah, man! And we go pick him up, and he throw his Fender Rhodes in the back of our station wagon, and we go around playing and stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, at the time, it was none other than the lead singer, band director, and leader of the group Midnight Star. His name was Bo Watson.
Yeah.
So Bo Watson and Mel Gentry, though they are both from Flint. We all grew up in Flint. And Mel's sister, Bo's sister also. And it's amazing because there were so many music groups that were families growing up in Flint. I said, man, how are we ever going to make anything out of this? I mean, there was more than just us.
Yeah.
I mean, I can name you 4 of them off the top of my head. They're family groups. They get harmonized. They were real, real good. And most of them just basically sang in churches and stuff like that. But the idea of us doing it, we did it for a while, as kids, and then we went our separate ways for educational reasons. But while I was in Houston, I was listening to my little Walkman walking around on campus, and I heard Midnight Star, Searching for Love, I think the name of the song was. I said, what? That's Bo. And I called my brother Charles up. I said, Charles, Bo and them made it, man. They're in the music business. They made it, man. They're on the radio, man.
Yeah. Funny.
And he said, Bo and them made it, man. Don't you think we should be trying to do something? I said, yeah. How are we going to make that happen? He says, well, somebody's got to move here. Because Charles, as a part of a Christian music entity group called Soul Liberation, he was in New York.
Okay.
And they relocated to Dallas. And I was in Houston when they relocated to Dallas.
Okay.
So I would come up on the weekends and visit, Used to be able to either ride the bus or catch, Southwest Airlines.
Yeah, catch out.
Yeah, and every 30 minutes they had a flight coming and going. So I came to Dallas quite often, and he said, man, you know what, if one of us moves here, we'll just let everybody finish school. One of us moves here, that's all it's going to take. He said, I think it should be you. Oh, here we go. So I was working at the Hyatt in Houston, And I said, I'm not going to leave and come here without a job. So since I was already working there while I was in school, I said, can I transfer?
Yeah.
And I transferred to the one here at Reunion Tower downtown.
Okay, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, night auditor.
Still there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was a night auditor.
Across from the
there.
Mavericks. It used to be the Mavericks Stadium.
Reunion Arena.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Reunion Arena. That's where they initially. That's right.
Yeah,
It sure
that's
was.
where they initially.
That's when Norm Sanju was the general manager. And,
Oh yeah, you go way back with them
Oh yeah.
from the beginnings.
Oh yeah, Mark Aguirre and all.
Yeah.
Who just recently had his number retired.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Kind of wish I could have been there, but
Yeah.
oh man, Mark's from Chicago.
Glad he came, graced us with his talents here in Dallas.
Absolutely.
I want to loosen this thing up a little bit.
Sure.
And because it's the love series and we are lovers of love.
Okay.
And to all the dearest, gentle lovers out here, since we're with a real Mac, a few questions that I would just love for you to entertain. And like I said, you got your champagne, you got your cigar. I know you're a little under the weather, so we'll just allow you to take the pleasantries of those things if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
That's on you. I don't think we can light them, though. But it might taste good rolling around in your mouth. So let me ask you about these topics of love. And so I want to just kind of get into it that way.
Okay.
When you think in terms of the music background that you have, obviously all these beautiful songs that you guys made back in the late 80s, early 90s, who's on your top 5 list for love songs?
We sang a lot of Temptation songs.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We sang a lot of we did Beatles. We did what we call classics.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned songs that probably were not real popular to your basic crowd, your R&B crowd. Love theme from Romeo and Juliet. We learned things like that. We call it a Time for Us. And there was the Shy Lights.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
The Shy Lights actually came to Flint.
Seen her.
And they performed at a park. And my mind skips. I'm not remembering it right now. I'll think of it in a little while. But we opened up for them.
Okay.
And back then, when I was a kid, they wanted us to go hit the road with them. And my mom was like,
nice. Mom wouldn't have
that.
That
ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna, they just kids,
Yeah.
And of course, what we can do now wasn't available at the time.
It's a different time.
Different time. But, that had a lot to do with the love thing. And then I think our parents influenced a lot of our interest in that because they were very, very loving.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely.
did they play a lot of love music in the house?
Oh, man, they just...
Did y'all have like a huge 45 collection?
We had a huge 45 collection. You
Yeah.
remember the big old box?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What do you call it?
Stereos.
Console.
Yeah.
I forget what you call it. You had the sliding doors on the top. And you put the record down in there and push the button and it automatically goes on there. Oh, man.
And tangible albums are making a comeback.
Yeah, they sure are.
Magnavox. That's what we had.
You had a Magnavox.
Magnavox,
Okay.
yeah.
Take us back.
Yeah.
Paint a picture.
We had the 45, the 78, the 33, the LP, all that good stuff.
So what's your favorite love song?
Oh, man. You want me to tell you one favorite love song? Because every love song I've ever heard, I fell in love with.
Yeah, sure.
And it just seemed like when the time came for us to actually do the music business thing, the producers, that was right up their alley. So when they wanted to do that kind of music, it was not a problem at all. I liked the deal, so I was very familiar with Babyface's group, listening to all of that stuff that they did. Just a lot of, and then of course Midnight Star, they had that.
Oh
from
yeah,
the
they were
beginning.
excellent. Yeah, back in the day.
Who coined the name, the Mac Band?
You know what? two ways that came. It was kind of like, okay, well, let's just say McCampbell's and Company or whatever, that kind of thing. But I'm going to tell you where it came from. At the time, we were at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Dr. Evans coined the group.
Wow.
Men After Christ.
Ah, is that what it means?
That's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, Men After Christ.
Okay.
You know, he said, well, we'll know it, but we don't have to make a big deal out of it, you know, because sometimes people, that's not something that
right. No,
people want to hear.
So you talked about, you mentioned Babyface. What was it like working with Babyface and LA Reid on that first album, on that, because they produced Roses Are Red.
Mm-hmm,
so what was that like for you all?
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we would love to read your comments.
You know, Babyface is kind of soft-spoken, kind of quiet, you know. But, boy, what he has between his ears, man, that dude is he's a masterful. But we knew he was going to bring some product just from listening to some of the stuff that he did, you know, with the group, The Deal. And they came here knowing a little bit about us. Someone talked to them about us. So I'll never forget hearing LA Reid say, "Ray, we heard you was the rapper of the group." You know, what do you mean, man? The rapper of the group.
Is that you doing the rap hook on Jealousy?
J-E-L.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not jealous, baby. Not in that mess. Yeah.
You go ahead and
you got the voice for it.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Well, I get my rap thing from being an announcer, a radio announcer, you know, in school. That's what I did in school.
Okay. Down there at Texas Southern?
Telecommunications there. And before I came there, I got my FCC license in another school in Michigan, Olivet College.
Okay.
And I was on WOCR radio there.
Okay.
So this is...
So
you got your radio voice.
all makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah. And
how many people have you actually felt that you were in love with for a song like Love You to the Limit to come to the surface?
Oh, wow.
I have to tell you how I got through all of those love songs. And most people don't know, but I think I was 11 years old when I lost my mom. I lost my mom to breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
And that's before they knew what they know now.
Right.
All of that. I was 11. And so it kind of left a void in me, a real void.
I'm going to take a little drink on that.
So when you and I had a chance to...
excuse me.
Can't let you do that alone.
Thank you.
Whenever I had a chance to think about something like that, there was never always someone I specifically had in mind. And so let's take Love You to the Limit. That album had 6 songs on there produced by Gary Taylor, which a lot of people may not be familiar with Gary Taylor's music, but, you know, he wrote Good Love for Anita Baker. It just gets better with Time for the Whispers. And, I mean, just on and on and on and on.
Very talented.
Very, very talented. And I sang a song on the second CD, Love You to the Limit, called All or Nothing at All.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
And I was kind of like, what am I supposed to think about? I wasn't a big lover guy. I mean, I struggled with that. I didn't go to any dances. I didn't go to my prom. I didn't do any of that stuff.
That is interesting.
I missed all of that stuff. All of that
I
stuff.
saw your dance moves with the shoulder pads and the wiggle y'all used to do. And
that's
all
choreography.
Yeah. It was this one right here, Porter.
Believe it or not, a lot of that choreography was stuff that I was just being silly with making up stuff with, and they liked it. So I said, okay, well, we can do it if y'all want to do it. And like,
it's hard to miss you though, because you're like, how tall are you, Ray?
Oh man, really?
Very.
I can't even say it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm shorter than 6'8". but taller than 6'6".
So around maybe 6'7". And that's what,
You didn't hear me say that. You didn't hear me
I
say that.
said you were 6'7". That's what I said. 6'7", 6'7". I said you were 6'7". I was hoping we would get away from 6'7" in 2026, but here we are.
You guys have music that stretches back to the late 80s, as we said. It's nostalgic. It's got reflection in it, groove, it's catchy, sincerity, and all of these buzz terms that are rooted in the type of music that you guys were putting out here for us. So is there any one person or anything that inspired that?
I would have to say because there was a time we did a presentation at schools on the history of music, and one of the things we would do when we talk about encouraging youngsters to be persistent about something that they have a passion for. We talked about Smokey Robinson and how many songs he had to write before he had a hit. You know, imagine writing 100 songs. You know?
Oh yeah.
And so he probably was one of the influences, and my brother Charles, before Mac Man jumped off, he wrote a song called "Say La La" for Pieces of a Dream, jazz group. So he probably was one of my inspirations too.
Okay.
After that, a lot of experiences in life. Because when you talk about songwriting as it relates to Mac Man, there were just a select few people that was involved in the songwriting process.
Okay.
That's one of the things that the record label did to ensure that we had, you know,
hits.
Some hits. Yeah, they would bring the producers in. So, in the first album, we had producers Jeff Smith and Peter Lord. They gave us Midnight Lady and what was the other one? I'm trying to think of the other one. You had the Lewis brothers from Atlantic Star, you know, and then Babyface and LA Reid. Yeah. And there was a couple of songs that the Lewis brothers did. There's one song that they did that did very good in England. It's called Stalemate. In fact, when Roses hit in the UK and we ended up going there to do television in England, we did Top of the Pops. We actually did a Levi's 501 jeans commercial, and the theme music was Stalemate.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So stuff that people wouldn't have even given a listen to here. Yeah. And it was weird because we getting on the plane going to London, England. Well, there's a lot of people that's from London, England. They're going back home. So they knew who we were.
Yeah.
Right.
But the people that right here, they didn't know I mean, they had heard Roses Are Red, but they didn't have any idea.
We had another music artist on. She's an indie artist. And she talked about how her music did really well in the UK. Like, she topped the charts in the UK. Nothing in the U.S.
Nothing here.
Nothing here. So it's really interesting how people can appreciate the art that we have here somewhere else versus how much we appreciate it here.
Yeah, a lot of artists, they just
do better.
They said, I can't do this. It's so saturated and it's so, I don't even know the right word for it. It's political or what. It's a lot of things that control what make people like a song or not like a song. You have to get into what happens at the radio level, program directors, what they will allow, and what rotation you're in,
right?
Light, medium, or heavy rotation, and whether or not the record label has influence on that, because they can determine or dictate whether or not, you know, a song is going to be a hit just based on making people listen to it so many times during the course of 1 hour.
Right.
And then you don't know it, you're being programmed. Right. But before you know it, you like a song that you probably wouldn't have even.
Yeah.
thought that you like.
Predictive
And
programming, I
we
think, is
talked
what.
about that too, especially now with social media. Like you look at your phone and you think it's something you like, but they're sending you all of this stuff. So it's really what they're telling you that you like, even though I know in my heart of hearts, I do love Roses LA Reid.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Come on.
so Ray, here's a question for you.
Did y'all produce that album here in Dallas?
Roses Are Red was done here in Dallas.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We did part of it at a smaller studio, which is where the production team, Babyface LA Reid, they're comfortable in, we call it Sweatbox, the smaller studios. We did part of it in a big elaborate studio. And there's a lot of things other than just the music itself that played a part in whether and on how Mac Band came together. There was two major contests that the brothers and the band, once we got together, participated in. The Benson Hedges Electric Nights Talent Search and the Budweiser Showdown.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
One's more regional, the other one's kind of like national. So for the Benson and Hedges, that was the sponsorship, Electric Nights Talent Search. It was you win that thing and you get to open up the concert for Patti LaBelle, Al Jarreau, and the Pointer Sisters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we won it, so we got that, and then there was a cash prize, $10 grand or whatever it was. It was a lot. It was a lot of money to us back then.
Yeah, of course.
10 grand. But and then Budweiser Showdown was equipment. You won a lot of equipment and then a certain amount of money, But we had other influences that was there and things that were going on behind the scenes. I'll never forget when I landed here and I was at the Hyatt and I said, man, you know what? I am not a night auditor.
You realize that.
I am not a night auditor, man. I struggle with math, you know. I am not a night auditor. Anyway, a lady came through the hotel and I'll never forget her name is Penny Martin. She goes, do you know, you're striking. She says, we're going to renovate an old hotel that was built back in the 1920s, and you would make a perfect doorman. I said, really? Tell me about it. And you know what she was talking about? The Melrose. Right there at Oak Lawn and Cedar Springs.
Sure. The Warwick Melrose.
Well, it was just the Melrose when it first started.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the first place that I went working in a hotel.
Okay.
From my transfer job from Houston at the Hyatt. And that's where I met Tom Joyner. He was a fly job.
Yeah.
Coming back and forth from Dallas.
Yeah.
And I met his sons, Killer and Thriller. And, they were staying at the hotel and that kind of thing. And I told him about the brothers. I said,
shout out to Tom Joyner.
Yeah.
Love Tom Joyner.
Wonderful guy.
Opened
man.
up a lot of doors.
I cannot wait to get another opportunity to talk to him again.
Great guy.
Yeah. I have to say he probably had a lot to do with how well Roses did.
Yeah.
The fly job.
Yeah, it was a great, I remember when it hit. I remember, back in the day we did all of our clothes was such a statement of everything back then when that time period with the shoulder pads and the Jerry curls.
That's right.
Man, but the album covers, remember when album covers were the deal?
The deal,
I mean,
that's
you
right.
just had to have the album cover. Because the album cover was tight.
That's right.
That's what we used to do back then. Ray, here's another question for you. Back on this love thing, because we got to keep it going in that direction.
Okay.
So what is the craziest thing you've ever done in the name of love? Look at that face.
You're going to get me in trouble.
Want to partner or contribute financially to the success and growth of this amazing podcast? Learn more by going to our website at www.makingblackhistorytoday.com or email us at impact@makingblackhistorytoday.com.
You're going to get me in trouble, man.
Don't get in trouble. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, man.
Can you speak on it? Or you scared?
He passed.
You scared?
Passed.
Does it count as love when you really don't know what that?
No, not if you're if you don't
You're
know.
a teenager.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
No.
and it's
yeah.
puppy love. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
It still can be into adulthood. You know?
I'll never forget when I was a senior, and my brother said, "What do you want for your graduation gift?" And I had a childhood friend that I was
crushing.
Yeah, that moved, left the state. Parents moved her to way out west. I said, "Man, get me a round trip ticket to go out there." That's probably,
Yeah.
And I was a teenager when I did that.
Yeah.
What you won't do for love.
There you go.
What you won't do.
Hey.
Need some background
round
music.
trip ticket. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Went out to LA and had a good time. Yeah.
I was looking in the dictionary earlier this week, and in reference to what love is defined as an intense feeling, deep affection, the noun version, and then it gives like 40 plus words associated with love. And I thought the most interesting part of that was when the words come up like yearning, passion, care, warmth, romance, adoration, and all of those words. And then it goes to a stark turn of opposite of love.
Whoa.
And it just hits the word hatred. And it doesn't go any further. It just says hatred is the opposite of all of those words. And I was thinking, I said, so we've got all this expression about the affirmations of love, and then you go to the opposite, and it's just
the antonym.
One word change. So you paid attention in school. That's good. So in the vein of all of the possibilities of love, 40 plus word, what type of lover are you?
Oh, now that might get you in trouble.
Are you passionate? I'm gonna help you. Are you passionate? Are you affectionate? What word most encompasses you as a lover?
Unconditional.
I love that.
There you go. Unconditional.
I love that.
Okay.
So my favorite nighttime talk show host of all time is Arsenio Hall.
Oh.
And
the finger.
woo, 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 woo. Yeah. And y'all went on the Arsenio Hall Show. What was it like going on the Arsenio Hall Show? What was it like meeting Arsenio and just being on the show?
You just never know what leads up to certain things like that. So I'm going to give you the real on it.
Oh, we want the real.
So Arsenio is from Ohio. He's a Midwest guy.
Yeah.
Midwest people kind of tend to like each other and have more in common, and so the Ohio players, being from Ohio, and they were special guests on his show that night. And so he wanted to do something with us because I forget, he liked Stuck Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Obviously, Roses Are Red and that kind of thing. But Arsenio was very, very sincere and genuine about contacting the record label and saying, "Hey, I want Mac Band on my show." Record labels have agendas.
They
not
do.
necessarily favorable to the artist.
To the artist, yep.
It's kind of like riding a wave in the ocean. The biggest wave, the one at the top, you that's the one you ride. So we weren't a priority to the record label at that time. So they told him, well, no, but how about we give you, and they said the name of another group, which I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
And he said, well, hold on. You don't understand. And he could do this at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Wait.
I asked for Mac Band, and that's what I want. As a matter of fact, if you can't give me Mac Band, then don't expect for any of the rest of the other artists that you've
I love that about him.
suggestions
I love that.
To be on my show.
Yeah.
And that is literally
How you got there.
How we got on that show.
Wow,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And you could tell in the interview when he talked to us, and it just so happened that during that show, in addition to having the Ohio players with the original, Sugarfoot, the guy who's not with us anymore, but in addition to having them, it just so happened, just hanging out in Warner, I think it's Warner Studios, I remember, which I can't remember what the name of the studios were. Iron Mike Tyson heavyweight champion.
Oh, wow.
He just happened to be
There
kicking
that
it,
night.
just kicking it. And so I got a chance to talk to him for a while, in the green room. Yeah, man. Green room. And that's another one of the things that the brothers just kind of went crazy over, because they, oh man, we got somebody we can imitate now. We got somebody we got somebody we can imitate. And I remember saying, hey, because we always been boxing fans, big time boxing fans. Man, I just met Mike Tyson, man. What do I say to him? Dude, you're the greatest, man. You're great. Mike goes, no, you guys are great. Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
He literally said that. And Robin Leach from Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous was on that show, too.
I remember him.
Yeah, he was on there that night, too.
We went through some moments back in the late 80s, 90s where, it just stuck.
Yeah.
It was that transfer, everybody was moving. The sound of music was changing tremendously. The attitude of hair and the what do you call them, the shoulder pad suits. Oh yeah. And just that MC Hammer kind of drive was driving that market, and dancing was the thing. And you guys could actually dance.
We messed around a little bit. We moved alike because we had the same blood running through our veins.
Okay.
So
Give yourself credit.
Yeah,
y'all had some good moves.
We did okay. We did okay. My thing is, you got to keep up with these guys. And people are gonna think you can't dance because you're taller than they are. So I worked extra hard at it.
Oh yeah.
You've met a lot of people in your life and your career, and you just talked about meeting Mike Tyson. But out of all of the people that you've met, who would you say that you were the most excited about meeting when you met them?
Oh, that's easy. Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was working at another hotel because once I got in the hotel, I was really into it, and I was at the Bell Stand, and my hotel that I worked at was a hosting hotel for the TV show Dallas.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know this, but I got extra work on that show, like in 2 or 3 episodes.
Right.
Walking around the background. Anyway, I'm standing at the Bell Stand, and Muhammad Ali comes walking up to the Bell Stand. Wow. How you doing, young man? Blah, 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 blah. And just there's things that you wouldn't think that he would be, doing or interested in or having any, but I'll never forget it, man. He sleight of hand magic tricks, that kind of thing. Okay, which hand is it in? Blah, 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 blah. And most people do, that kind of thing. And it was just a pleasure, And he was, at that time, he was starting to, have a few issues and
you
things,
could see the debilitation starting to take hold.
Yeah. And then the whole casting crew of the TV show Dallas was at that hotel. That's where they stayed. And they shot some of the episodes there. And so coming in from the shooting from South Fork Ranch, I see Larry Hagman and Patrick Duffy. Patrick Duffy actually helped me get a baggage from my bell cart onto an elevator when the door was closing up on me. He helped me put it on there. And then it was a little short blonde. She was Charlene Tilton. Charlene Tilton.
So did you get a jump on who shot JR? Did you already know?
No, I didn't already know. Look, you laughing. But I did go to, and I'm not sure which shooting it was. JR got in trouble for something else.
Always.
And I'll never forget this. I had to go to Wiley, Texas to a courtroom scene and stand outside. So when the Ewings came out of the building, I was a news reporter that rushed them, and try to get a Mr. Ewing, that kind of thing. So wear a suit, you're going to be a news reporter, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's weird how I got into that because I was running errands, and we didn't really have a concierge so per se. So the bellman did whatever needed to be done.
Sure.
And the casting director would come up to me and say, "Can you make copies of this so I can hand them out to the actors so they'll have the locations and whatever?" And sure. And I did it all the time. Whenever she asked, never questioned, just hurry up and did it and all that. And one day she came over to the bell stand. She goes, "Ray, have you ever considered doing any extra work?" And this is how naive I was. I said, "Yeah, I do extra work all the time. I make copies for you."
Too funny.
I'm sorry, Ray.
God.
That's not what I meant.
Right.
I mean, actually be in one of the TV shows, but not a speaking part. I said, "No, I never thought about it." Because I would ask her different questions. And one day I asked her, I said, "Why is it that I don't see anybody look like me on this TV show?" And she said, just as a matter of fact, she said, "Well, Ray, when they put this show together, the producers wanted it to be as realistic as possible. And let's face it, Dallas is
well,
Wow.
you can say it out loud. You can say it out loud.
I was like, okay.
It's changed
It's
a lot
largely
since
a
then.
Republican state.
I was actually reading something in the LA Times probably maybe 2 weeks ago about extras. So extras have been a big part of movies and TV, for as long as they've been around. And now the problem is they're replacing extras with AI.
Oh, yeah.
And so
They
there's
don't
a
need
whole
'em.
group of people that are out of work
Yeah.
because of AI. So
People
anyway,
used to show up with their glossy 8x10s and their resumes and stuff to try to do, get in.
Well, they're shifting us anyway to a whole different dynamic. As a matter of fact, y'all inspired me so that listening to all of your music this past week. So I just did this thing, and I want to read it to you just so you can laugh because I'm an Aquarian. And so our season is upon us right now. So I use these words, and I wrote this. I said, "Tell me your thoughts. Don't say a word. Love me in the ethers. Love me with a smile. Love me in a place where time doesn't waste. Love me there. No matter where, I'm here."
All right now. That's what I'm talking about. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is how it's done. That is how it's done.
So, but you guys inspired that out of me. I was just listening to the music, and I was like, you know what? Y'all inspired me to listen more to love songs. So I wanted to tell you that and thank you for giving me the inspiration to go back to my pen and pad and start back working on things that I think are expressions that should be put down in this season of love.
Amen.
Well,
See, and you can do a lot with that now too.
Yeah, right.
You can start with something like that and have a whole entire song
in 10
a matter
seconds.
of minutes.
Yeah.
In a
Maybe
matter
I'll
of
do that then.
You should.
So do you have love language?
My inspiration comes from my imagination. So I think you kind of got to be a little
Running away with me.
off. There we go. It's an exaggeration and a little bit of fantasy about an idea that you might have had that could have been something that actually happened. But you just took it and ran with it. It didn't really go that south or whatever, but you went ahead and then if you got the rhyme and the reason, you can make it fit. So
I love that.
I found myself often in situations where no one wants to step up to the plate to do what needs to be done, get the job done. And so it's like
out of reluctance.
Just Ray'll do it.
Yeah.
Ray'll do it. Ray'll do it. Ray'll do it.
Was that a good thing for you though?
I think it made me stronger.
Okay.
But at the time, I didn't realize I was being taken advantage of.
And
When
the
you were just
difference of
talking,
love.
though, what I was thinking about was you said something that could have happened, but I'm thinking about when you're writing, sometimes too, I write a little bit. Hadn't sold anything, but I write a little bit. You think about the possibility of the manifestation of something that you want to happen or something that you see in your mind that hasn't happened yet. And that people can connect with and gravitate to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. From that first album where you all got this recognition, what from that time would you say was your best moment? And do you have any regrets?
From the first one?
The first album.
The first album. You know, I can't really say that there's any regrets. And this just I don't even, I guess it's been 6, 7, 8 months now. One of the producers of a couple of our songs, we lost, you know, Wayne Lewis from Atlantic Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, I was really, really, really cool with him. I had to say this here. There's a lot of people I probably would not have had the opportunity to meet if it wasn't for Mac Band. But I love the contact and the meeting people part of the business. A lot of people don't know this, but when Tom Joyner was doing the fly jock thing and staying at the Melrose, Rick James came to town.
Oh.
Rick James had a situation where he was here, fell out on stage,
Yeah.
had to do the rain check thing, and then came back to make up for it. So when he came back, he was at the Melrose.
Okay.
So Tom came down and saw me at the Bell stand and said, "Ray, what are you doing after work?" I said, "I don't know, man." He goes, "You want to go with me down to Fair Park? I'm taking Rick James down there." He said, "We need an extra hand, you know. We just need just extra security. You just wear your uniform. You know, people don't know. They don't know you. You know." So my, you know, a doorman's uniform kind of looks like a police officer.
Kind of.
A little bit. I had the captain's hat, looking like love boat action. And I get in the super stretch with Rick James. Like, we go down to Fair Park, and I'm walking around with him, and I know people were going, "What was that goofy looking guy?"
Sure.
Oh my goodness, man. But those are the things that you remember when you run into people. And Janet when she came to the Melrose with her mom when she was 16.
Right.
Little Janet Jackson.
Yep.
Miss Jackson, if you
Opened the limousine door for her and her mom, you know, and that kind of thing.
Go ahead.
Good times.
So we're going to shift gears a little bit. And you kind of lived a double life.
Uh-oh.
Right? So.
Triple.
Or more. You talked about being a doorman. You talked about being a dish jockey. You talked about working at the factory. You talked about being a musician, being a writer, so more than a double life. But there's also another part of your life where you became a Dallas police officer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Okay. Okay, so shooting Dallas for one, and the music business scene changing from this type of music that people really, really get motivated about. The love thing was kind of like, we ready for hip hop now. And,
right.
know,
Crossing over.
And messing around and going to clubs and doing all this other kind of stuff, you know, shoot 'em up, rah, rah, rah. So we're shooting a music video at Monopolies.
Oh, the club.
Monopolies, And one of my real good frat brothers, real good friends from way back then, he saw me, you know, he was working it, extra job. And he said...
And an extra job is a side job, like a security police do when they're not working the regular shift.
Right, moonlight. He was working at Monopolies. He said, "You know what, man? I know you a good dude." He said, "If you guys not going to move out of here and go pursue your dream where the label is at, you know, so you can be in their face every day." He said, "Just, you this ain't the place. This is not the place." The nephews are here, man. All my family, my brothers, they're all rooted here. They got their kids in the school system and all that other kind of stuff. He says, I tell you what, it's probably not your lifelong ambition dream come true. He said, but you need to come down to the city, fill out an application, put me down as a reference. And that's how it all started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. You said, what, William Marks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's really funny because I still ended up going back out on the road again.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I said, well, you know what, man, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna just do this job, and stayed there for as long as I did, 25 years. I got the blues, especially after what happened to us in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, gotta go.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
Because remember, we're talking about the media thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, being a part of the choir, it was fun the first few years because it was, maybe you can turn us on to some recording studios because the choir needs to record music.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun doing that. And then every funeral,
Yeah.
every retiree's funeral that the wife requests, you know, all in the line of duty, memorial service and the annual memorial service all the time, in and out every day, all the time, you know, and then people, you know, that kind of thing. So when 7/7/16 happened, which if y'all want to tell them what that is, when
July
that happened,
7th, 2016 was the deadliest attack on police in United States history.
right. So for Dallas, you know, it was one of them was from Michigan.
Yeah.
And then one of them came out and rode with me during his investigative, where they take him back out in the field and, you know, they got to do their weekend patrol
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
He rode with, one of them rode with me. So I had some close ties in
Hitting
that,
real
and
close to
that
home.
3 of them were from my station.
Yeah.
And I did all 5, including the Dallas area rapid transit officers, final roll call. Okay. And of the 5 funerals, I sang at 4 funerals. I think I was sick and couldn't make one of them.
PTSD. That's tough.
Yeah.
But I did all the final roll calls for all of them, every last one of them. And I met the families. And that was very difficult for me. And then I went back to the same guy and I said, I'm thinking about, you know,
Letting it go.
letting it go. And you know what he told me?
Go.
He said, I told you to get in.
Now I'm telling you to get out. Right. Well, the landscape of policing is certainly a hot topic again right now, and it's being forced to the forefront again. And where it goes from here with the new frontier that is taken on, it's going to be an interesting twist to see how they land. Doing that over again just would not be plausible, I think, for a lot of people who've gone through the years and gotten to the point of retirement. So, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the community work, though, that you did while you were a police officer. I don't know who started you all becoming the Marvel characters. Am I right?
You're talking about heroes, cops, and
Heroes,
Heroes,
cops,
Cops.
and kids. And you said earlier your favorite color is green. And I remember you being the Green Lantern. So tell us about that.
So I think it was a Halloween festival at an elementary school. Okay, my wife was working at an elementary school, and she said, hey, we're having a Halloween festival. You need to come and be Green Lantern and get your buddy to bring his, you know, I know he likes Batman. He got a Batman costume. And so that was the start of it.
Why'd you choose the Green Lantern?
This is where a lot of the way people think, I think different. So when people think of a superhero and they pick one that they want to be, they want the one that can fly. They want the one that's the strongest. They want the one that can beat up more people and all this other kind of stuff. I'm extremely practical about everything. So do you know what the Green Lantern Corps is?
Tell us.
The Green Lantern Corps is the intergalactic police of the universe.
Mm.
Police officer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm. So you put a lot of
I thought
thought
maybe
into
because that they had the uniform in the size between 6'6" and 6'8".
Oh man. Okay.
And here I was thinking it was about the Green Lantern being the brother. Porter.
This is the Making Black History Today podcast. What does Making Black History Today mean to you?
There's a contemporary artist from Nashville. Her name is Nicole Nordeman, and she did a song several years ago. And I met her when I was teaching in a children's ministry at my church. I had no idea who she was. I didn't know she was from Nashville. I didn't know she was big time artist. But I was working in the children's ministry, and she went to the pastor and said, "Who's the guy that when we let the kids out after the praise and worship portion, they go up to the classroom, the kids follow him?" And he goes, the pastor goes, "Well, his name is Ray, and he's also a Dallas police officer." She goes, "Oh!" And he goes, "What?" She goes, "Well, I'm going to shoot my video for the song Legacy. And in addition to having, talk about what are you going to do to leave a legacy, she wanted to involve members from the church from all different walks of life, blended families, all ethnicities." And he told her who I was. She said, "You think he'll be in the
Video.
in the video?" He says, "I don't know, but I'll give you his phone number. You can call him and ask him." "I sure hope he can, because I'm looking for a police officer." Well, I never operated in the capacity of a police officer at the church. Mine was volunteer. And so she asked me if I could represent being a police officer doing that. So I go down to Deep Element, I shoot Legacy for her, and I had not heard of the song before. And it wins 8 Dove Awards.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
8 Dove Awards.
Beautiful.
And I'm in the music video in my police uniform.
Yeah.
And people didn't even know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when my wife was going to one of the annual rallies that they have, Dallas Independent School District, at the beginning of the school year, the superintendent, all of them are there, they firing up the troops. And we're going to do it this year. She said they were doing that. They were in the auditorium. She said a screen dropped down and the Legacy video came on.
Oh,
she
love
was
that.
blown away. She was like, "No way."
Wait a minute, I know this guy.
No way. So Legacy, that would definitely have a lot to do with why, what is it going to be when you're not here anymore that people are going to remember you for? That I don't care who you are. If you're one of God's creations, and the same thing that applies to my best friend in the whole wide world that I would do applies to you too.
Yeah.
So greater is no love than a man who would lay down his life for his friend.
Yeah.
And so
given the weight of what you just said, now that this thing is looking like it's more internal for Americans, all Americans, to make a conscious decision on how we're going to land in the future and how our children are going to judge us from the landscape of what's going on now. So,
okay.
Porter.
Well, Ray, we really appreciate your time with us today. We are honored that you chose to come into the studio and share your story with us. We love you to the limit.
And roses are red.
To the wall.
Are red. To the limit, to the wall.
Yeah. To
Thank
the
y'all
walls.
so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. Enjoy this love holiday. And remember to like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in being a sponsor, let's collaborate. Making Black History Today. Thank y'all.